What's up, you amazing people? I hope you're having a fantastic day. You are, of course, watching and listening to the Daily Dirty 30, also known as the DDT, here on the Kevin Lee Show. And I am your host, Kevin Lee. Now, for those of you who do not know what the DDT is all about, let me take a moment to explain. You see, it's a show that airs live at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and it's where I get to spend 30 minutes telling you, the viewer, all about the things that bother me today. What do I get out of it? That's easy. It's therapeutic. Why should you tune in? That's even easier. It's entertaining. Sound like a fair trade? Good. Let's get to it. Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Dirty 30 here on the Kevin Lee Show. Of course, this show airs every Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll figure that out one day. I don't know when. And, of course, my name is Kevin. That's the easy part. The hard part is what we're going to be talking about today. And what we're going to be talking about today is, here we go again. If you watch yesterday's episode, which I hope you did, but if not, you can always go back and watch it later. We talked about somewhat in depth of what happened to Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Almost said Illinois. Kenosha, Wisconsin. It just happens to be not all that far from where I actually live. So, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, if you haven't heard, let me just catch you up real quick. There's a gentleman who is involved in potentially a domestic violence call. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but apparently there was a call made by multiple people and he was involved. Some people saying he was de-escalating the situation. I do not know. There is no full video of it. There was a video that was released of someone who took it from their cell phone from like a bedroom across the street up in the air. And it was pretty good. You got to see quite a bit, but not everything. And there's unfortunately no body cam footage because the police officers allegedly, apparently, for whatever reason, did not have body cams. Apparently, their department does not have them. Why, I do not know. Considering that we are in 2020, and apparently, from what I've read, it was actually in their budget, but apparently they never got them. So, kind of catching up to speed. They were called for a domestic violence call. He had apparently, in some way, shape, or form, had been involved. There have been reports that were very vague at the beginning, and then they clarified a little bit where people started talking about the fact that there was potentially a knife involved, but supposedly he took the knife away from people, but the police came there. He had been tased at some point. He had been on the ground. He had gotten up, walked around his own vehicle, and was attempting to, had actually opened the door and attempted to get into the car. I should have just showed you the video. It would have been quicker. But if you didn't see it, go watch yesterday's video. It's all there in living color. And he went to go into his car, reach into his car. It's not clear what he was doing. Police officer decided he was under threat and started shooting, even though he was holding him by his t-shirt, was literally standing right behind him, shot him at point blank range 7 times. That's at least the reported amount in the back. So now that you're all caught up, there's been a lot of fallout. This happened on Sunday evening. Sunday into Monday, there was some rioting, some damage done. But Monday into Tuesday, there was much more. And we're going to talk about that. No, actually, we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to show you. Because I think pictures are much stronger than words in most cases, at least in this medium of, internet and all. But first video, I'm actually going to show it. And I've got like 15 tabs open. So I'm going to try to get through them all. But again, we do the show in about a half an hour. So if we don't get through them all, so be it. But that being said, let's get to it. First one is going to be this guy here. This is actually a new video of a different angle from the same incident. I don't know where it actually cuts off. I haven't even gone through all these videos yet, but we will find out very quickly. That was loud, sorry. So for those of you who can't see, he's on the ground right now, surrounded by police officers. He's somehow able to get to his feet. Starts walking around the vehicle. People are screaming, obviously. He's trying to get in the car. Police officers trying to stop him. This is where the gunshots. So that's what happened. So it's a different angle, same thing. You kind of see what happened on the passenger side of the vehicle originally. So he had been on the ground. He had gotten up. I don't know how he got up. I don't know why they let him up. Still not clear from the video. But apparently this is the part you couldn't see yesterday. So I don't know why he's walking off. I don't know why he's not listening to orders. I don't know what was said. We won't know, or at least anytime soon. So that was the first video. There's going to be many videos. second video. So that was actually just to kind of catch you up to speed of what has been known about what happened with the actual occurrence between police and Jacob Blake, who is a 29-year-old man, allegedly hit three of his sons in the vehicle. So it's a terrible story all around. However, no matter what way you slice it, it's terrible. Pardon me, need a drink. It's one of those kind of days. Now I'm just going to show you a bunch of the fallout, a bunch of little videos showing you little snippets of, I don't want to say violence, but destruction. We'll go that far. We'll call it destruction that occurred in Kenosha, right? So here right now is some people stealing some mattresses from a mattress store in downtown Kenosha. So they're breaking out the windows and they're pulling the mattresses through. Apparently they were in the need of a mattress. And as you're going to see, now you can't see this if you're at home. If you're at home, I always say that if you're listening on the podcast, you will not be able to see. But many of these videos are actually going to be tagged by @BG on the scene. And I'll actually show you who he is later. Apparently he was a journalist, I guess you want to call him, on the scene in Kenosha. And he took a lot of videos and he posted them. And so because of that, a lot of these videos actually will be from him. But I just figured I'll let you know that up front, and then we will show a little video of an incident that actually occurred with him. And then, if you want to go search more into him, you can. But again, and I'm going to be doing my golf announcer voice over most of these videos because I don't want to distract from the actual video, but I want people at home, I'm just going to say at home. Even though you could be in your car, you could be at work, I don't care. I'm going to say at home because that's what I feel comfortable with. So those of you at home, I'm going to do my golf announcer voice so you can hear what is going on during these videos. So again, this video was a mattress store somewhere in Kenosha, Wisconsin, obviously in the downtown area. And there was a lot of violence where people broke into the store, broke out the windows, and started stealing mattresses because apparently they couldn't afford anywhere from $65 to $95. Okay, continuing. Okay, so that's that video. On to the next. This one is going to be more destruction. This one's actually very short, but it's very poignant just because it is occurring at some type of electronic store. And you can see that just the vast amount of crowd and chaos and hysteria why am I whispering? Hysteria that is going on. So it's disturbing to say the least. Again, if any of these videos bother you, just scroll right past them, just scrub right through the video. I don't mind. I won't take offense at it. But again, I want you to kind of see what's going on the ground. So what you can see are people breaking into the electronics store and they're damaging everything, breaking all the windows, destroying everything inside the store. They're not even just taking the stuff, they're just destroying everything they can. It makes no sense. I mean, they're breaking fixtures in there, whatever they can get their bats on. It's crazy. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Okay, this next one is actually going to be, well, not much longer than the last one, but what this is, there's going to be a couple of videos back to back kind of showing similar shots of the same area. That area would be around a used car dealership. Again, I kind of mentioned this the other night. There was an entire dealership lot, whatever you want to call it, destroyed in Kenosha. And here's another one, small one, because when you are in small town America, you are not dealing with gigantic dealerships usually. Maybe there's like one big one, maybe like a Toyota or a Chevy dealer. But beyond that, most dealerships are going to have 50 cars or less, 70 cars or less, and they're going to be mostly used or what have you. So again, this is going to be one of those type of dealerships. So this video is not that long, but the one that follows behind it is. So I'll kind of play them back to back. So that noise you hear in the background, those are alarms going off, probably at a business. Some of them sound like crickets. And it's just mass crowds of people walking around everywhere, destroying things, breaking into the dealership, bashing out the windows of cars, destroying them for no reason. No reason at all. Okay, and people are just taking anything they have to bash them against. They just want to destroy I mean, I think it was a skateboard guy was trying to break a window with. It makes no sense. People are here literally just to destroy things. There's absolutely no reason for it. No reason at all. They're just angry, mad people. And I think I heard a quote earlier that put it kind of succinctly. All these riots, all these protests, all these things that are occurring have nothing to do with race. They're using that as an excuse, of course, but it's a masquerade. What this actually is about class. These are people involved with Antifa, BLM, Act Blue, and they're all people trying to create disruption because they're trying to create class issues. But again, we'll have a nice, long, lengthy conversation about that sometime. And I have conversations like that all the time over in the Libertarian Hour that I do every Saturday. But this one is supposed to be a little bit more upbeat. Lately, it hasn't been because, we had the DNC last week. We have the RNC this week. We had another man who got shot. We have all these protests and riots. And this is like not far from where I live at all. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. This is the world that we live in 2020, but yet 2020. Okay, moving on to the next video. Okay, so this is going to be a longer version. This one's about 2 minutes long. And you're actually going to hear some gunshots, okay? It's kind of weird how people aren't reacting the way you think they would, but they don't. Again, that chirping noise is probably from a business alarm. Just panic, and they hear the gunshots. A lot of gunshots.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
And right across the street, there's a building on fire, just burning.
Shots fired.
The guy's panning around now, trying to see if he can find out what's going on. Again, it's a same small dealership.
He's right there. The dude with the gun.
So I know he's trying to hide behind the corner of the building, seeing what's going on. And again, right across the street, another storefront just being burned down. Middle of town for no reason. No damn good reason. Just the way it is, apparently.
The dude got a gun in the hand. The owner. They both got guns.
Amen. That's their business. That's their property. They have every right to defend it.
This way?
So now someone's trying to look to steal a vehicle. It's just chaos everywhere. Smoke in the air. Cars just trying to get around the crowds. Oh. There's another guy walking down the middle of the street carrying a long rifle of some sort. You can hear him.
He's actually on their side out here. But they don't. He said he's on Black Lives Matter side, but he don't want them breaking into shit.
Okay.
So just before you get to understand, that's not National Guard right here. He said they're out here on the Black Lives Matter protest side, but they don't want people looting shit.
Why was you acting when they shot him down?
Their guns got blanks.
Why was you acting?
Their guns got blanks. They ain't got no real bullets.
Why was you acting when they shot him down?
They ain't got real bullets.
And there you go. So that was another video, another fun-loving video, if you will. And mind you, I still have like 3 times as many, so we better get to it because we're already at halfway through. All right, now this one is actually, this to me, for whatever reason, it seems very disturbing. Now, if you can't see this at home, what it's going to be is a bunch of young people, anywhere between the ages of probably 16, 17, and like 24, 25, all with like weapons and baseball bats, and they're just going to be bashing in random cars in the parking lot just to destroy them. I mean, this could be their own cars. They don't even know. They're just so angry and full of rage. They have no idea what they're even doing. People knocking down street lamps. I mean, it's going to be chaos. You're going to see it right here in just a second, but it is literally chaos.
Watch out, bro. Hey, watch out.
Everyone bashing in every window that they can find on any car anywhere. There's helicopters flying above, trying to monitor what's going on. It's crazy, just bashing in everything. They don't care. It doesn't make a difference who it is. All these cars can be owned by black people. They don't give a fuck. They literally don't. They're just angry. Right there was a lamppost being knocked over, shattering on the ground, and they are literally just bashing in every car they can get to. Headlights, windshields, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter to them. They're just trying to create chaos and disruption and destruction. Now, this one is going to be a fairly short video, actually, but I will play it, and you'll see why I have a succession of these quick videos. You'll see. Ooh, it would help if I actually pulled it up.
And they have just set this building ablaze.
So now the cameraman's peeking in over to the open door of the business, looking inside, and you can see, sure enough, the building's on fire. Okay, that's the first shot of that. Now we're going to go to a still. Okay, so this is a still of that same building once it got engulfed. That door that we were just peeking in is one right here. If you can see my mouse right here, it's the same door. Okay? So there's that. And then next we're going to see the entire building engulfed for about almost a half a minute. Blow this up big so you can see it.
And that corner building just collapsed under the flames here. Whoa. A woman has just come out of the neighborhood here yelling at all of the rioters for setting it ablaze. A couple police officers standing guard here, but not a whole lot they can do. Just kind of watching it.
This is insanity. This is America right now. This is the country that we all live in. All right, here's just another random fire, another business being burned down to the ground, but I think you should see it because it's important to understand how much destruction, how much damage, and how much, chaos is occurring inside just was one small town of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Basically, probably 3/4 of the building is collapsed in. What's left of it is burning in the flames. Obviously, there's alarms going off everywhere. No police are going to respond. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Just part of America. 2020. God awful. Alrighty, so this is going to be at another fire. Well, actually, this is going to be the response. So now the National Guard was called in at some point by Governor Evers, who is the governor of Wisconsin. Surprisingly, he called him in. I'm surprised he did because he's kind of a schmuck. I'm going to put that nicely. And if you actually know what the word schmuck means in Yiddish, you would understand. But he's a schmuck. And so this is going to be a video of just going to see some police cars pulling in and some military type vehicles because it is the National Guard coming. I think there was 128 soldiers brought in and they're supposed to double it tonight because it didn't have as much of an impact. What they got there late is basically what occurred, if you ask me. But here we go. So this is police pulling up. Entire buildings collapse in flames, and you have military vehicles pulling up behind them, carrying trailers. More and more Humvees coming in. There's a truck coming in, supplies, another Humvee. Kind of pulling into the downtown area, trying to get set up. Right in the midst of everything. And when it's after this point that things actually started to calm down a bit. Surprise, surprise. Now, this is going to be a still shot and then a video. So this is a still shot. I'll bring that up first. There we go. So this is a still shot. This is going to be the Bradford Community Church Unitarian Universalist Church. Now, if you don't know anything about the Unitarian Universalists, you should look it up. It's interesting. But, God bless them. They posted on their sign here, got Black Lives Matter. And that sign is now on fire, as well as all the vehicles surrounding it and pretty much everything in the area. Now, the church itself, I think, was spared I do not know 100%. I haven't been able to find out. Took a peek around. It was kind of unclear. I think the actual church itself was unscathed. So that's, it is what it is. But now here's a video. And this one's a very quick video. This is that same area. Now you saw the still shot of that. Now this is going to be the actual video of what that looks like. So it's just everything in fire. All the cars. Just everything in chaos. Everything in destruction. Just everything. Again, this is America, 2020. Progress? I don't know. I wouldn't call it that. Here is going to be, now this is going to be the gentleman. He actually goes by BG on the scene. Those were a lot of the videos. This is actually the guy that took those videos. His name is Brendan Guettenschwager. I believe I'm saying that properly. I do not know. But you can go ahead and look into him. I'm going to post his video here. He actually parked far away from everything that was going on and everything he thought would be going on. So he didn't think his vehicle would be damaged. But sure enough, apparently, even though he was parked far away from what was going on, all the mobs, all the hysteria, all the chaos, his vehicle was still broken into, and he wanted to make a video about it. So I figure I'll air that as well. Yeah, it's only fair. This is the guy who brought us a lot of the footage, so I want to be respectful as I can. So here you go. This is the gentleman.
Okay, really rough situation, folks. I'm redoing this video because some people didn't want to believe that this is my car, like I'm a gimmick. No, my car got broken into, and this is nowhere near the area they were burning down. We're on actually the total opposite side. If you're thinking of the courthouse as like the centerpiece, we're on the total opposite side of the area they were burning down. That is just how widespread the chaos was in Kenosha. I wasn't going to park right next to the riot zone, but unfortunately, car got broken into, wallet stolen, all money stolen, laptop stolen too. It's bad. It's rough. We'll push through all the same. We out here, Kenosha, Wisconsin. This is how it goes sometimes.
Okay. Could you imagine being the person out there, just as a journalist, trying to cover everything, trying to get footage, just trying to talk to people, and you think you're taking every precaution. You're parking blocks away from everything. Nothing seems to be going on where you're at. You think you're safe. And your car still gets broken into and all your crap gets stolen. And all you're trying to do is get the news out there, A lot of these reporters aren't showing up. There aren't these news crews. They come in the next day when the sun comes up and all the protesters disappear. The news crews will come then, but not when everything's going on, but this guy will. And I'm sure there's others like him, but this is the one I came across. So, like I said, kudos to him. And I have no idea who this person is. I'm not endorsing them as a person. I have no idea. I mean, he could be just a crazy, insane person. I don't know, but he is taking the time and having the courage to go into the midst of what's going on and take video and post it for everybody. So, from that aspect, I have to give him some credit. Now, here is a gas station in downtown Kenosha that apparently was spared. And I think you'll see rather quickly why that is. Maybe not. We'll see. What you can't see is that there's about 3 or 4 guys in military gear carrying long rifles.
Guarding this gas station here right now. As people are just rioting through the streets, you can hear
they're walking right
street
past
lights,
the gas station.
Lampposts just being smashed everywhere.
Because they don't want to get shot and killed. It's kind of how things work. When you have a weapon and you stand out in front of your store, most people will keep walking.
Here right now.
This is proof.
People are just rioting through the streets.
Proof.
You can hear street lights, lampposts just being smashed everywhere.
Yeah, so, it's amazing what you can do as a deterrent when you use, a weapon to defend your property. Surprise, surprise. Looks like the libertarians got something right. Now, we're just going to have a couple quick more videos. Actually, I think it's going to time out really well. Look at that. So now we're going to talk to but we're going to watch a couple of people who are locals, who are business owners, who are talking about what's going on, right? It's only fair that they be heard because, it's not fair what's happening in their city. But I will let them speak for themselves.
It's sickening. This is sickening. This is disgraceful.
But you can't say as a business owner saying in front of her
solve
business.
Any problems? How would these people? Black lives matter. All lives matter. People, let's get it together. Let's work together. We
Her
are
windows
in
are smashed
hard
in, doors
times.
broken into
You
her
guys are
business.
making this harder than it has to be. My God. A person that has worked 50 years in a furniture store has nothing, and because why? Because a police officer made a bad choice. Don't take it out on the innocent people. All we want to do is make a living and come to work and help people. For crying out loud, probation and parole, there's nothing left. Granted, it's not probably anybody's favorite place. And for people to just drive around to look and see is ridiculous. Come on, people, get it together. This is sickening. And it's going to take months and months. So when there's no unemployment and you can't get food stamps, don't come crying to us, you goddamn losers. Fucking do something else. I can't do it. It's sick.
Amen. Amen. That was crazy. That was a very interesting interview. I actually didn't watch it all the way through. So there's a little explicit warning. So, but yeah. So here, okay, again, actually, I just pulled this one up right before I went on the air, so I actually have not been able to listen to this. But apparently, this is someone who's a local again. At night, I guess, kind of when everything was going on, talking about it. It's about a minute long, but we're just going to watch it together, and we're going to see what he has to say.
Feels like what's going to happen now, man. People are going to, more people, like the people who work at the tattoo shop, they fucking tore that place apart, man. You know, the camera shop, they're all losing their jobs. Everybody's losing their jobs because of these fucking protesters. They don't care about the fucking people they're fucking hurting. Bullshit. I mean, I get it, you know, you don't fucking, Black lives do matter, but you don't fucking torch people's homes and stuff, man. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. I mean, this one guy lived here.
Oops.
He had 2 kids. Probably didn't make a lot of money. What's he gonna do now? What's he gonna do now?
Yeah. It's terrible.
We're in a chaotic situation here in America, man.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Absolutely, 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. We are in a chaotic situation in America. All right, so we literally have one more quick video to show, and then we're gonna finish with our happy ending. If you weren't here yesterday, we've decided with all this downside and all this negativity, we're gonna finish every single episode with a happy ending. Before we get there, we're gonna have a little bit more anger. It's gonna be a very quick snippet, but it's gonna be a local man again who's very angry about what's going on, and he's gonna tell you exactly how he feels, and I want you to hear it.
Are y'all proud of this? This is my fucking town. Y'all proud of this shit?
I'm a reporter.
I don't give a fuck.
Do you want to say
Yeah, keep
something?
destroying shit. We gonna run all y'all motherfuckers down. We don't give a fuck. Are y'all?
Yeah, and I don't think people are prepared for that. Like, there are a lot of people in this country. You go into middle of America, you go into small town, rural areas, and people have guns, and they have lots of them, and they're very angry, and they're very experienced in using their weapons, and they're going to use them to defend their properties. I mean, this is a little taste of what's going on. You saw some of the gun owners, some of the owners of these properties and shops pull out their guns and start shooting in the air to kind of scare people off. It's a little taste, but man, they start getting into suburban areas, rural areas. That's exactly what they're going to see, especially in middle America. Hope they're prepared. So now we've already had a half an hour, so we got to go, everybody. We got to go, but I'm going to play our little ending, our new happy ending. And for those of you who cannot see what it's going to be, it's fun. It's cute. What it is a badger. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a badger. It's an American badger. It's a happy American badger. And with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful night. Take care. Oops, not quite yet. Apparently, I have to bring this up separately. Oops, what's going on? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. There we go. There we go. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
My happy happy guy. Oh, just a happy, happy, happy guy. Oh, just a look at that, a happy, oh, the happy dog. Oh, just a happy, happy,